ITNation Connect 2024 was last week. It's the Monday after. Huge success. Largest MSP event of the year. So many new announcements. So many new exciting things going on. We had a great time. We had Podcasters Row for the first time ever at an MSP event, by the way, not just IT Nation, where we had 9 podcasters set up in their own area, in a high traffic area, just having conversations with attendees, MSPs, with vendors, with ConnectWise staff. Just a wonderful event. Ushering the new CEO, Manny Ravello, as Jason McGee exits, and lots of great new product announcements. I personally had a speaking session there as well, which was a great success. How to help MSPs in sales and marketing with podcasting. There was great after parties with Universal and Stone Temple Pilots, and Tony Hawk spoke, and it was an incredible event. We recorded many conversations, and the following is one of the conversations, and they were all great. It was a high traffic area, so they might be a little noisy, but just a great event. I encourage everyone to consider going to it. Thanks so much for listening.
Hi, I'm Joey Pinz, and here's my 45-second introduction. After starting my business in the 90s, I started developing poor habits of eating in my diet because of working way too much. I found myself at 340 pounds. The doctor told me if I don't lose the weight, I'm not going to see my daughter graduate. I took the next 7 months, lost 130 pounds. People ask me, how'd you do it? What's the secret? I need to lose weight. How'd you do it? How did I lose the weight? Just one word: discipline. I've had other successes in life, and I attribute them all to discipline. Now, I'm not the king of discipline, but I believe that it can help all of us. Friends convinced me to start a podcast. The podcast mission: how do we better ourselves and society? I talk to interesting people in health, fitness, sport. What are some of what do you like to do personally?
Yeah, so I have a 2-year-old son, so he keeps me pretty busy right now. And I have a daughter on the way as well. So
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
2-year-old son and a daughter. You're going to make some changes.
yeah, it's been so I lived in San Francisco, Houston, Denver, and all within a 5-year time span.
Wow.
And then me and my wife decided to settle down back in New Jersey with family. Now I live in the suburbs with some kids, so definitely a lifestyle change for sure. Yeah.
San Francisco, Denver, Houston.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Those are very different areas.
Oh yeah. So I started my career at eFolder. I don't know if you.
I know them very well. I was on their board for many years.
Okay, yeah. So I started as a BDR at eFolder, cold calling out of San Francisco. eFolder then moved our headquarters to Denver, Colorado.
Sure. Jan Springs.
Yeah, Nancy Williams back in the day.
Williams,
Yep.
yeah. And then, they're just acquired by ConnectWise. Well,
Yeah.
Axient. Yeah, they changed their name to Axient. Yeah. So you were at eFolder. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
So would you come to HTG in these and the HTG meetings when she was coming?
Yeah, so funny enough is we were just going through all of our conference badges, and one of the conference badges I have was from HTG when I first started as a BDR. I went to I don't know if you've ever been to their farm.
I've been to Iowa. I've been to Harlan, absolutely, more than once.
Yeah, so the person who hired me was a guy named Ted Holsey.
I know Ted very well.
Yep, so he's
That's right. He went from Sonic Wall to eFolder.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, so involved with the HTG community, and one of my first events was in the farm in Iowa, actually. So yeah.
And how did you find that? Did you like that?
It was different. It was a different experience because I'm in the middle of nowhere, and then Arlen brings us down to the basement.
Yes.
And he has like every Apple computer you could imagine. And I was like, whoa, where? And then he started showing me all these different types of agricultural technologies and things like that. And I was just like, whoa, this is like a technology hub inside of, in a farm in the middle of nowhere.
Yes,
so it was a good, cool experience.
Very, very cool. I've been there a couple times, like I said. That must have been big culture. And you were in San Francisco at the time.
Yes, correct. Yep, exactly.
Wow, that's fun.
Yeah.
That is very fun. And so now you're at Cork.
Yep.
You're with my good friend Dan Candy.
Yes.
I'm gonna get this going. Tell me about Cork. What do you like doing there?
Yeah, so Cork, I came on as a chief revenue officer, so I'm running sales and marketing there. And really what interests me about Cork is we are such a different technology in this space. We are an insight monitoring platform across your cybersecurity stack, backed by a financial warranty. So that's the one of the things that really appealed to me the most was it's something that was different within the MSP space that could really provide a great impact amongst the financial burden of a cyber attack, a breach, and help MSPs prepare for that as well.
Yeah, so Dan was explaining to me, it's a hybrid between, I don't know if hybrid is the right term, but it's insurance and warranty kind of mix, correct?
So it's a warranty, but we do partner with insurance broker as well called DataStream. So I don't know if you've heard of them before. I know
DataStream very well, yeah.
Yeah, so really what it is, it's a platform, we're a platform-first technology. So we connect to your existing cybersecurity stack, monitor that cybersecurity stack, and tell you if there's any areas of weaknesses or vulnerabilities, and then we're backing that with a financial warranty provided to the MSP in the event of an attack or a breach.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's provided a great benefit so far for the partners that have came on board with us.
And with all your experience at eFolder, you knew MSPs well. You know MSPs well.
Yeah, so I started at eFolder about in 2015 as a BDR. After eFolder, I went to a company called LionGuard, which I started there when we had around 100 partners and grew that to around 3,000 as the director of account management.
Huh.
And really one of my mentors, I thank one of my mentors for that, Adam Slutskin.
Know him very well.
So he kind of mentored me from the time that I was a BDR until today. After LionGuard, I went to a company called Mail Protector, email security company, and now I'm at Cork.
That's quite a journey.
Yes.
A lot of great names there.
Yeah, so I've lived and breathed in the MSP vendor space ever
have.
since my whole career has been in this space. So I've seen it grow tremendously.
And you've been at these ITNations before with all those companies.
Yes, that's correct. Yep, I've been at ITNation. This is probably my 4th or 5th ITNation now. It's been a great experience so far, and I just got my universal wristband, so I'm excited for tonight. That's one of my favorite parts. Yes.
And like you said, we're here at ITNation. 7,000 attendees here. The biggest MSP event of the year.
Yeah.
I haven't missed one of these since 2007. By the way, there's 200 of us in Tampa, and it's grown incredibly. What are some of your goals this week?
It's really just to get more, involved in the community and learn the trends, especially for 2025. So, specifically for Cork, we're really 2024 was a building year for us and really perfecting our technology, our messaging, our go-to-market strategy. Now we're really looking in 2025 and where the market is shifting. And also just speaking with MSPs out there and getting the Cork name out. So a lot of people, a lot of MSPs don't really know who Cork is today. They might have heard about us a little bit. We're involved in a lot of other communities like the ASCII and the Channel Pros and things, but really just kind of I like to say spread the gospel of Cork.
And your message to MSPs is what? Because this is a service that they're unfamiliar with.
Yeah, so it's really, we are the only technology out there that provides them cyber risk monitoring, or we like to say active risk insight monitoring across their cybersecurity stack, backed by a financial warranty. So really, we partner very well with cybersecurity insurance as well. So with Cork, we consider ourselves like AFLAC, like we're the gap insurance. So if an MSP were to get breached or an attack, Cork provides them an instant virtual credit card that gives them immediate relief for financial coverage while they're waiting for their insurance claim to go through.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that gap in between.
Yes, exactly. So, an example is we just had a claim about 3 weeks ago. A MSP had a law firm, and 91% of cybersecurity attacks actually start via email. So phishing email is the most common. And so this specific law firm, the user clicked on the phishing link. They got their login credentials for SharePoint. SharePoint sent out thousands of files.
Wow.
So Cork was able to alert that MSP. They were able to lock down that environment, lock down that mailbox in 39 minutes.
Wow.
And then also provide them an instant virtual credit card for $10,000 to help them remediate any financial damage within the meantime.
Amazing.
So we even paid for the pizza for the MSP's team while they help recuperate these files and things like that.
That's a really, really cool way of doing it. And again, I don't want to beat a dead horse. The difference between what you're doing and insurance is what? We just had the big Pitch It program. I don't know if you guys are going to enter it next year. I would recommend it, yeah.
Yeah, so I was speaking with Sean actually earlier, and I was like, man, I should have entered this year, so next year,
Definitely do. I was one of the judges, but one of them was an insurance. So, but it's not insurance that you're talking about. It's warranty.
It's warranty. So think of it as, I like to compare it to car insurance and a car warranty. So insurance, cyber insurance, everybody needs cyber insurance, right? But cyber insurance kicks in after the attack already occurs, right? So same thing with car insurance. When you get into an accident, you're going to submit a claim after something happens to your vehicle. Well, cyber warranty, and with Cork specifically, is we help remediate an incident before it happens and providing you the financial coverage in the meantime while you're submitting an insurance claim.
Wow.
And then also in the same sense, we provide other areas of financial coverage for, MSPs that really don't have cybersecurity insurance, so kind of gap coverage there, or for MSPs that submit a claim or don't want to submit a cyber insurance claim because it might be somebody sent out $100 of gift cards or $500 ACH wire transfer to somebody. Well, you're not really going to submit an insurance claim for that because your deductible is probably $5 or $10 grand. So we're helping bridge the gap between that and the cybersecurity insurance piece.
So that's pretty clear. It's definitely needed for MSPs.
Yes, and so we hear all the time it's too good to be true because a lot of people, when Cork first went to market in 2024, we went to market with the cyber warranty message, and a lot of insurance companies saw us as a competitor.
Interesting.
And so we kind of retract that message back, and we are really a technology platform first, backed by a cyber warranty, and that's why we partner with a company like DataStream, for instance, so MSPs can actually go on our platform and get a cybersecurity insurance quote and save around 30% off their premium with our DataStream partnership. And so it makes it super seamless and we integrate very well with DataStream and save the MSPs money at the long run.
So when I talk to MSPs, and it's been pretty consistent, David, over the last 3 years, three things keep them up at night. One, security.
Yep.
They're worried about their clients getting attacked. They have to remediate. It takes money. It's recurring revenue, so they can't charge more. Two is human capital. They're worried about their engineers leaving, how they're going to replace them, how they're going to get new ones. And then third is just general growth. They're generally not good at sales and marketing, and PE has turned the industry upside down, and they're worried about their bottom line. How does Cork help in those?
Yeah, so the first area is, kind of the visibility across our cybersecurity stack.
Yeah.
So we see on average 51% of MSPs better their compliance by using the Cork platform. So what Cork what Cork is doing, it's really monitoring their RMM, EDR, MFA, BCDR, and telling them if it's connected to an endpoint or not. So when we did a poll amongst our partner base, their engineers are spending around 25% of their time making sure all these tools are connected, right? Their cybersecurity stack. So with Cork, we're able to save them time. And really what you want to think about with Cork is we provide the MSP a live view across all of their endpoints to see if in time of breach or an attack, they're eligible for financial coverage or not.
Wow.
And that's one of the things with cybersecurity insurance is, you fill out a long checklist of items, MFA's turned on, RMM's connected to this device, EDR's connected to this device. But you don't know if something were to change on that endpoint or not. So Cork is providing that visibility so an MSP can have that financial peace of mind to say, okay, if Rob's machine were to get, attacked today or a phishing email were to get through and he would click on it, are they eligible for financial coverage or not? Yes. And so that goes back to the point of, 28% of, SMBs are getting denied insurance claim process because if something were to change on their environment.
Wow.
So we're providing that extra peace of mind for the MSP and also for the SMB as well.
So you're CRO, and it's a new platform.
Yes.
So a lot of MSPs, we did it. We created an internal project. We decided to bring to market. What advice do you have to those kind of, newer aspiring CEOs that have a new platform to go to market?
Yes, the biggest thing is really get out there and interview MSPs, right? Kind of pitch your idea of what you think your platform is, show them your platform or your product, and see what the market's saying about it. See where they find the most value.
Right.
And so that's really the biggest piece of advice is really going out there and interviewing MSPs and getting, partner advisory council and getting people on the beta testing, because that's even at Lion Guard as well, right? Like when I was with that company, that was the number one thing that kind of helped us. We we had our product, we pitched at LionGuard as a cybersecurity platform back in the day. Well, at that time, it wasn't really resonating with MSPs until we interviewed an MSP and they said, no, you're an automated documentation platform first. And LionGuard took off after that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Has there been a pivot with Cork after talking to MSPs about a certain area?
Yes. So when I first joined Cork, like I said, we were really pitching heavily with the warranty message. And everyone's like, well, how are you guys providing this type of warranty? Do you guys compete against cybersecurity insurance or not? And so as I went out there in the market and started to speak to my MSP friends, they're like, no, you're a platform and platform first. You're giving us this live visibility across all of our endpoints backed by a warranty.
Wow.
So now when we're going to market with that message, it's starting to resonate a lot further with MSPs today than we were back in January, February of this year.
And the message to MSPs, since you have a lot of knowledge in the industry, I mean it's got to help. It's got to help that you probably even worked with some of these MSPs before at those previous at LionGuard, at eFolder, all great companies. What is it about the MSP community you like so much?
Well, for an honest answer, right? Because I started off as a BDR.
Right.
And so I loved selling technology for businesses that understood technology. Like, I'm not selling to the gas station, somebody, or a mechanic shop that's doing everything on pen and paper. It's I can learn different, help me learn in this space because I could just use certain buzzwords because I'm selling technology to businesses that understood technology. And so being involved in this type of community over the past 10 years, I never want to leave because it's such a large community. It's growing. I mean, we have 10 podcast stations here. Back in 2015, there's probably one podcast. And so I love the tight-knit community and really the relationships that I built on the channel so far.
Yeah.
That's the most important to me, and that's what I really love about this space.
It is a great space. Did you ever consider starting an MSP?
Back when I was a BDR, I was like, oh, I could do this, right? I could start this MSP. But no, then I understood everything that went involved in MSP, and I was like, whoa, way out of my realm right now. I'll stay on the vendor side. Yes.
It's not a bad place to be.
Yeah, no, it's really great. And, the relationships that I've built so far in this space and just coming to these events and just having cocktails, having lunch with everybody, and just, it's like a reunion, especially at ITNation with 7,000 MSPs. You're just seeing everybody on the MSP front and on the vendor front as well.
Edward, has there been anything recently that you changed your mind on, like in the last 6 months, David? Last month, last 6 weeks, has there been anything that you've changed your mind on? Not major or small, anything that you've had to change a thought out? There's no wrong answer.
Yeah. That's a challenging question, actually.
Somebody gave me an answer of they went from well done to medium rare hamburgers, which I thought was a great answer.
Oh, well, that's actually funny because I did too. But
did you really?
Yeah. So, but specifically for the MSP space, the cybersecurity insurance industry and now warranty industry, I had a whole different picture of that industry before I joined Cork. And now really starting to understand and see the challenges that MSPs face, specifically with cybersecurity insurance and a warranty piece. It really has me shifted to a partner-centric approach and really so with Cork, for instance, we cut, some budget for sales and marketing and put it towards our partner-centric, partner program plus engineering resources. Because I'm seeing that all these different vendors that are coming up more and more, and MSP's cybersecurity stack are getting 10, 20, 50 different vendors, really focusing on them and really making them try to be as successful as possible and not just selling them a technology or a platform product.
Yeah, that is an interesting pivot, isn't it? But there's so many vendors in there.
Yeah.
How do you differentiate?
That's the challenge I think everyone is facing today.
160 vendors in the hall.
Wow.
Right? Yeah.
And then you have Kaseya, all right? That does Kaseya 365.
Yes.
They get all these different products for a low cost of $279 per user. So now we have all these vendors. How can we compete and do the same type of thing?
Right.
And so it's really about providing the partner experience. And I know that's you see so many different vendor pitches. It's like, oh, we provide the best support, the best partner success program, the best MDF funding, but they're really forgetting about providing that partner experience, and that begins from the BDR cold calling them all the way from the lifetime of their partnership. So really what we're trying to do different here with Cork is be a true partner to them and provide them go-to-market resources, sales and marketing collateral, MDF funding, and really being with them along the journey, because we want them not just to be a partner for a month or for a year. We want to see them grow and grow with them as an MSP vendor.
So, David, I started my MSP in the 90s, and there may be even a chance that I don't know if you ever reached out to my company in the Forza in the 90s, but anyway,
yes.
As a BDR, you might have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? Wasn't paying attention to myself, got myself up to 340 pounds, I put all, 14-hour days, and I'm at the doctor's office. She says to me, if you don't lose the weight, you're not going to see your daughter graduate. So it scared the hell out of me. You have a 2-year-old, one coming, and just everything will change. It's not just me anymore. I got this family that somehow I'm responsible for, Spent the next 6-7 months, lost about 130 pounds, and you can't look at it as a finishing line, right? You got to keep it off. It's a permanent change. Yeah. People ask me how I did it, and the one-word answer is always discipline, routine, willpower, etc. How does discipline play a role in your life, David?
So I'm guessing this is before Ozempic too, right?
Way before Ozempic, yes.
I know. It's really just in general, right? Like your life changes when you get married, especially when you have children as well. It's like, okay, I can go out, but it's like you said, taking care of yourself, because you're not only taking care of yourself for yourself, but you're taking care of yourself for your family. And you want to watch your children grow up and live that healthy lifestyle and provide an experience and an example. Really, and then in Cork, going back to the business sense, we're a startup. We're $3 million. We're 11 people. So you have to be extremely focused and disciplined every single day. And you have to think about every action that you take. And you got to kind of avoid that landmine right in the startup space. So it's not only like you're trying to go and be successful and gain partners, get sales, but you're also trying to avoid that one landmine that could shut down the startup as well. So we've been really extremely disciplined, and especially me taking on this new position as a CRO, because I'm not only doing it for my family, I'm not only doing it for Cork and for my business career now, but I have a family I have to provide for, and especially with my 2-year-old son, a daughter on the way. I'm trying to create that, that experience for them to have a great life, but then also providing a legacy for them as well.
Yeah, it's amazing, David, how priorities change when the family comes, when you create a family, And then when you go to the next level, the empty nest, that's a very different level.
Yeah, I used to go to these events and stay out till 2, 3 a.m., having fun, no worries in the world. Now I'm back in my hotel room at, 9 o'clock, FaceTiming my wife, FaceTiming my son. It's a totally different type of experience, but I'm a lot more energized, put it that way, than I would be a few years ago talking to you on this podcast right now.
David, thanks so much for your time. Good luck at this event, and it's going to be great. I look forward to working with you and Dan in the future and developing our relationship even more.
Definitely, me as well. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Thank you for listening and or viewing Joey Pinz Discipline Conversations. Please share this episode with 1 or 2 of your friends who you think may benefit from the episode. Our website, www.joeypinz.com. There you'll find lots of resources, and you could join our mailing list. Please follow us on all our social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Podcast information, the video version of our podcast is on YouTube. Please subscribe. Audio is on all major podcasting platforms. Please follow them. And if you like it, please consider giving 5-star rating. Would really appreciate that. Thank you again for listening or watching Joey Pinz Discipline Conversations.